So a lot of you guys might know that I am extremely into fitness, very much into the bodybuilding aspect of it, and I relish the opportunity to analyze a NBA player's training regimen and kind of merge my two passions between bodybuilding and, of course, basketball. And if you guys have been rocking with me for a while, about 7 months ago, we did make a video on Lonzo Ball's transformation, and for the most part, it is a remarkable transformation. And I'll leave a link to it in the description down below if you guys want to take a look at it. Obviously, we're going to be using a lot of clips from that video in this video because this is more or less an update on Lonzo's transformation. Now, whether a player needs to improve their body or not really depends on their type of playstyle, and I said when the Los Angeles Lakers drafted Lonzo Ball, in order for him to go from, I don't know, an average to above average player, say like a Ricky Rubio type player, to a player that could make multiple all-star appearances, he is going to need to bulk up a lot. And I'm going to get to why in just a second, because before we get to the content, guys, I am literally making every video here like it's my last. Go ahead in the description down below, please subscribe to my backup channel because there is a chance that this channel won't be running within this week. There's some stuff that's going on. I don't really want to get into the intricacies of it. I am trying to remain as positive as possible. So if you have a moment, please go and subscribe to my backup channel or follow one of my other social media links so I could reach out to you in the event something happens and this channel gets taken down. Now on to something more positive. Last night in our Twitch stream, we actually ran with De'Aaron Fox, and this is something that I am anticipating to happen a little bit more consistently. As we grow as a YouTube community, there are going to be more and more opportunities for us to game with other NBA players, and I kept thinking to myself, man, I wish I had more people in my stream for this because I thought it was a really cool piece of content that you guys would enjoy. So make sure you're following me on Twitch and you're joining my Discord server so you can suggest any players that you would like for us to bring on to our Twitch streams as well. A link to that's in the description down below. Cue the music. So what's going on, guys? Your boy Theflightmike back again with another video. Now, guys, take a look at Lonzo Ball. Look at how he used to look like. Look at his frame. Look at how lanky and skinny he was. Originally, Lonzo Ball was just a player that had a decent athletic ability. He had a decent jump shot, although it looked really, really strange. And his number one knock, other than his jump shot, but the number one knock on his game is he was more or less a jack of all trades. He could do a little bit of everything. He's essentially, in my opinion, and I know this is going to sound really weird, Otto Porter if Otto Porter was a point guard. When he was coming out of the draft, Otto Porter was seen as a player that doesn't really do one thing very, very well. He just does all things averagely. And that's how I viewed Lonzo Ball. But the one thing that stood above the rest was his basketball IQ. So once his body was able to catch up to his basketball IQ, I literally saw that there was no limit for how far Lonzo Ball could go. In his rookie year, the one thing I noticed the most was it was very difficult for Lonzo to drive in. It was so difficult, and it's because he had this tiny frame going up against other NBA players, and bear in mind, Lonzo was just 19 years old, so what did you exactly expect from him? Now take a look at how Lonzo looked in his rookie year, even before his rookie year, during his pre-draft workout for the Los Angeles Lakers, and then compare that to how he looked in his rookie year for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, there's one thing that I want to get something straight. The Los Angeles Lakers aren't really known for developing homegrown talent. As a matter of fact, off the top of my head, the last time I think that they successfully developed a talent into an all-star was probably Kobe Bryant. And then the last time I saw them develop, well, no, actually it was Andrew Bynum, but you know what I'm saying. The last time I saw the Lakers really develop a player from the ground up and made him into a Hall of Famer, it was Kobe Bryant. Obviously, Andrew Bynum was made into an all-star, and I'm sure the comment section is going to be riddled with other instances. But the New Orleans Pelicans are in a completely different situation. The Pelicans are in a scenario where they just acquired a ton of very, very high ceiling like a ton of players with tremendous potential, including Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, Zion Williamson. That team just can go on and on. The sky is the limit for this team. And once that is your scenario, that once your focal point is developing your players, once you really don't have a choice but to develop your players, because with all due respect, I've never seen a superstar player say, hey, I'm going to go to New Orleans to play. Although the city is beautiful, typically those players go to larger markets than New Orleans. So as a result, the New Orleans Pelicans have to take a route that is very similar to the one that the San Antonio Spurs had to take. They have to develop their homegrown talent, they have to put them in the best positions to succeed, and they have to make sure that they come in ready for a grueling NBA season and they could buy into their head coach's system. Lonzo Ball checks off all those boxes, especially now that I'm seeing his development. So if you look at this picture of him at the beach, and then you compare it to this video that was released recently, my man decided to hop on the bench press. First things first that I noticed when my man's on the bench press is his chest got significantly larger, like significantly larger. His arms and his shoulders got bigger, and he has a six-pack, but he was already a fairly lean guy. I think at this point, he has more than enough muscle. I think he is ready to take the next step in his development. Now, let me tell you what I am seeing, my vision for Lonzo Ball. And you could tell me in the comment section if you agree with this. You could tell me in the comment section if you think this is ridiculous. I think he could be a player that is very similar, obviously, I'm saying in terms of play style, but similar to what LeBron James does, although clearly not as dominant as LeBron James. You know, LeBron James is a massive mountain of a human being. If he comes at you and he's trying to drive into the basket, chances are you're moving the hell out of the way. Lonzo's never going to get to that point, with all due respect. But now that Lonzo has a finishing ability, players are not going to really sell out on the perimeter against him. Typically, when you guard Lonzo Ball, you know that he's not going to try to beat you by driving inside. And once he does penetrate, you do kind of anticipate the extra pass. That's just his game plan. But now that he could penetrate and actually take contact and he could take those hard hits and get to the foul line, a brand new dimension of his game is going to open up. And this dimension that's going to open up is going to result in additional possibilities for the extremely overpowering Zion Williamson. And let's not forget the silky smooth finesse scorer Brandon Ingram, or the phenomenal three-point shooter in JJ Redick, or the phenomenal scorer in Drew Holiday. Not to mention that the New Orleans Pelicans are already a beautifully constructed team. As a matter of fact, I think that this is a team that, if they had another year, and if there wasn't a pandemic currently, they could probably make it to the second round of the NBA playoffs in the Western Conference if they had another year. A prediction I have is next year they could probably do that. I do like all these pieces and all these players for Alvin Gentry's system, and I love how David Griffin is constructing this roster. Now look, for all you know, let's bear something in mind. I'm looking at the weights he's trying to lift up, and it appears to me, and this is my guess, that this is a 45, a 35, and yeah, this is just 45 pounds and 35 pounds on each side. So he's benching about 205 pounds. He's able to do that a decent amount of times. I really hope he doesn't go further than this. There's no need for him to be this huge, gargantuan, muscular freak. He just needs to build up enough so he could absorb the contact that is given to him. If you ask me, he is trending in the right direction, and the New Orleans Pelicans, the trade to the New Orleans Pelicans was possibly the greatest thing that could have happened to him. I don't think staying in Los Angeles, where people are consistently scrutinizing him, was the move. A team that wasn't even willing to try to address the weird jump shot that he had. As soon as he got to New Orleans, the New Orleans Pelicans paired him with possibly the greatest jump shooting coach in NBA history in Fred Vinson. And we already saw the result of that. We already saw the result of that relationship. Lonzo currently put up his most points in his entire career at 12.4 points per game. But here's the magic stat that I want you to look at. And this is the part that makes me the most optimistic. He shot 41% from the field this year. He took way more threes, the most threes attempted in his entire career. And here's the best part. His three-point percentage shot up from 31% in his rookie year to 33% in his sophomore year to 38% this year. So Lonzo Ball's new jump shot is definitely paying off. Now, furthermore, his player efficiency rating isn't all the way up, but he is still a phenomenal defensive player, and this added muscle is going to definitely help him on the defensive end. If anything, he's going to be probably the biggest pest on the defensive end, considering how he's already bigger than the average point guard. For all you know, I could be blowing up a bench pressing workout way out of proportion. For all you know, this could have been his first workout the entire quarantine, but to be honest, I highly doubt that. When you're a basketball player and you're bored and you have a bench press at home, you're going to be using it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think about this video of Lonzo Ball bench pressing? What do you think about how he looks, his quarantine look? I know I'm personally not looking nearly as good as I used to before quarantine. As a matter of fact, I haven't gotten a haircut since before quarantine. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Aside from that, I'm your boy, Theflightmike, and I'll catch you guys in our next upload.